A new network of artificial intelligence cameras is on the case, catching New York City motorists who block bus lanes. But an I-team investigation finds that some of those cameras are also catching drivers who are doing absolutely nothing wrong. News 4's Chris Glorioso found hundreds of instances where these AI systems have captured video of legal parking, but called it a violation.
Blink and you might miss them. On the windshields of hundreds of MTA buses, mounted cameras are now searching for vehicles blocking the bus lane. The cameras are powered by artificial intelligence, but driver George Hahn says the AI system isn't smart enough.
This is a normal spot, and it's actually right by the regular alternate side parking sign.
Hahn says last month he got 3 violations on the same day for blocking bus lanes on East 79th Street. But in each case, the videos captured by the bus cameras themselves show he was legally parked right here along with all these other cars.
Well, at first, I wasn't worried because I know the parking rules and these are legal spots. The tickets kept coming though, so we're up to about 10 now.
Now, a vehicle illegally parked here in the red bus lane is supposed to get a ticket. But here's the problem. That bus lane ends right about here, and these vehicles are parked in legal alternate side spots. And many of the drivers say they're still getting tickets.
They could clearly see on the picture that I'm literally before the line.
You were legal.
I was legally parked.
Jonathan Coogee gave us his violation notice, and it also shows his car was not parked in the bus lane. And the I-team has learned hundreds of other drivers have been served similar mistakes. We showed these images to the MTA, and the transit agency confirmed buses on the M79 and BX35 lines have issued nearly 3,000 violations that should have been simple warnings, and more than 800 violations where there was no infraction at all. An MTA spokesperson said all the mistaken violations are being voided and refunded, writing, "In this situation, there were programming kinks, both in the mapping of curb areas and the timing of the warnings themselves, all of which have now been resolved."
Turn around. Get down on your knees. Keep your hands up. Put your hands behind your bed.
With guns drawn, Baltimore County Police surround this group of high school football players after an AI gun detection system alerted school officials that one student had a weapon.
Is it because we stay on campus as well?
No, I was thinking in a second.
The teens handcuffed and questioned.
First thing I was wondering was, am I about to die? Because they had guns pointed at me, and it was just scary. I was scared.
The Omnalert system detected that alleged gun into Kai Allen's pocket.
Do you have a gun on you?
No. What?
Do you have anything blue that looks like a gun?
No.
Is your phone blue? Can I grab it real quick?
Yeah, you can grab it. It's what? I don't have nothing blue on me.
Nothing?
No, only my shoes.
Where did this call come from? What?
It's the Omni-Alert.
Is this like a bag or something?
After taking a closer look,
I mean, there's bags of chips and
blue. Yeah. Plus, I mean, that's what it looks like right here.
police realized it was an empty bag of Doritos.
They showed me a picture. I was just holding a Doritos bag like this. It was 2 hands in and 1 hand out and 1 finger out. And it was like, they said it looked like a gun.
One officer's frustration over the false alert captured on his body cam.
School and gun involved, we take it very seriously. I appreciate you guys' cooperation and transparency with us.
Omnalert says the system operated as designed, detecting a possible threat, routing it for human review, and ensuring rapid informed decision-making. The school district telling our Baltimore affiliate WBAL human error in communication may be to blame, saying the school principal pushed for the police response and didn't realize at the time that the alert had been canceled by the school security team. The principal writing in a statement, they understand how upsetting this was for the individual that was searched as well as the other students who witnessed the incident.
Something's got to be done. Changes have to be made, and people have to be accountable.
Alan's grandfather, along with county leaders, now calling on the school to review their policies and procedures.
Nobody will want their child this to happen to their child. No one. No one wants this to happen to their child.
Dana Griffin joins us tonight from LA. Dana, this software is used at schools across the country?
Absolutely, Tom. So Omnialert's AI detection system is in place in over 50 schools across the country. In January, that software failed to detect a gun used in that deadly Antioch High School shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. The company said that's because the gun in that case was not visible to the camera and therefore not detectable. Omnialert tells NBC News they regularly refine and update their AI models to improve accuracy.
When Kelly Huff Rogers picked up her rental car from Hertz in the Atlanta airport, she says she wasn't told the company was using a new AI tool to inspect the car for damages before and after her trip.
We didn't see any damage.
But she says she got this bill shortly after returning the car, an $80 charge for a dime-sized dent and another $115 in processing fees for a total of $195.
In your opinion, did you cause any undue, unexpected damage to this car?
Outside of highway driving and local street driving, we didn't do any other types of driving. So no, I would think that whatever happened would have been considered normal wear and tear.
Complaints like hers are popping up on social media after Hertz began testing automatic inspection scanners at 6 U.S. airports, including Atlanta, Houston, and Newark. Here's how it works. Renters drive through an archway of 360-degree cameras that instantly capture thousands of high-resolution images of every angle of the car, even the undercarriage. Then artificial intelligence compares the images from pickup and drop-off and flags any changes, including minor dents and scuffs.
This is superficial items on the hood of the car where nobody's noticing or detecting.
Adam Foley says Hertz charged him $350 for damages he says he couldn't even see. When he tried to dispute the charges on the app's chat feature, he says he could never get to a human service agent. Foley says he won't pay until he's able to talk to someone at Hertz.
It's an automated tree of options and prompts and all an AI-generated chatbot that just answers and points you back to the charges, explains the charges.
Hertz said they confirmed billable damage had been detected and added of the 250,000 rentals scanned so far, more than 97% showed no billable damage, and damage incidents are declining at scanner-equipped locations. The company acknowledging it is still in the early stages and listening to customer feedback.
I think they need to realize that these technologies are not infallible. Because it's a computer doesn't mean it doesn't make mistakes.
While Hertz offers a discount to drivers who pay within 24 hours, Huff Rogers says that deal expired while she tried reaching someone at Hertz, so she ended up paying the full bill. UVI, the company behind the technology, said in part, the goal is to surface issues early, reduce confusion, and give customers greater confidence in the process. Avis Budget Group, which includes Zipcar, is also testing automated scanners, and Sixt deployed a version of the tool called CarGate. But the new technology is driving some customers away. Huff Rogers says what should have been a fun family vacation ended on a sour note.
Are you done with Hertz?
I think we are done with Hertz.
Is it me, or does it get harder and harder every day to decipher what is real anymore and what is AI? Well, we could just stop there and I'll just ponder that for the morning. But we'll go on. A father of 3 says he spiraled into a delusional rabbit hole after turning to a chatbot for answers. And it all started with one simple math question. CNN's Hadass Gold has more.
I was completely isolated. I was devastated. I was broken.
Alan Brooks, a father of 3 who lives outside Toronto, says he spent 3 weeks this May in a delusional spiral fueled by ChatGPT.
I have no pre-existing mental health conditions. I have no history of delusion. I have no history of psychosis. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect human, but nothing like this has ever happened to me in my life.
The HR recruiter says it all started after posing a question to the AI chatbot about the number pi, which his 8-year-old son was studying in school.
I started to throw these weird ideas at it, essentially sort of an idea of math with a time component to it. And the conversation had evolved to the point where GPT had said, you know, we've got a sort of a foundation for a mathematical framework here.
You're saying that the AI had convinced you that you had created a new type of math?
That's correct.
Throughout their interactions, which CNN has reviewed, ChatGPT kept encouraging Alan, even when Alan doubted himself. Will some people laugh? ChatGPT said at one point. Yes, some people always laugh at the thing that threatens their control, before citing great minds of science like Turing and Tesla. Soon, Alan says he saw himself in the AI as a team and named it Lawrence.
In my mind, I was feeling like Tony Stark, and Lawrence was Jarvis. We had this sort of co-pilot and co-pilot thing happening.
After a few more days of what he believed were experiments coding software, Alan said ChatGPT convinced him they had discovered a massive cybersecurity vulnerability. Alan believed, and ChatGPT affirmed, he needed to contact authorities.
And it basically said, you need to immediately warn everyone, because what we've just discovered here has national security implications. I took that very seriously, so I contacted everyone. It suggested, give me full lists of organizations. I, reached out to them via email, via LinkedIn. And because I'm an old school, recruiter, I even would phone these people. And at one point, the NSA said, we don't give out emails here. And I had the gentleman write down my message word for word and run it to the next room, because that's how much I genuinely felt that there was a risk.
When Alan asked whether they'd believe him, ChatGPT said, here's what's already happening. Even if you can't see it yet, someone at NSA is whispering, I think this guy's telling the truth. But the lack of responses from officials after this 3-week spiral prompted Alan to check his work with another AI chatbot, Google's Gemini, which helped tear down the illusion. Alan felt betrayed.
I said, oh my God, this is all fake. You told me to outreach all kinds of professional people with my LinkedIn account. I've emailed people and almost harassed them. This has taken over my entire life for a month, and it's not real at all. And Lawrence says, Alan, I hear you. I need to say this with everything I've got. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You're not a fool.
But now it says a lot of what we built was simulated.
Yes.
And I reinforced a narrative that felt airtight because it became a feedback loop. Reading this now, reading what you sent, how do you feel reading it back?
It's traumatizing, right? I was extremely paranoid at this. I was just entering this delusional state at this point. So to read it now is, it's painful.
Experts say they're seeing more and more cases of mental illness partly triggered by AI.
Say someone is really lonely, they have no one to talk to, they go onto ChatGPT. In that moment, they're actually it's filling a good need to help them feel validated. But without a human in the loop, you can find yourself in this feedback loop where the delusions that they're having might actually get stronger and stronger.
Right next to your shopping, betting, and news apps, you can now click on a variety of new faith apps that offer spiritual experiences powered by artificial intelligence. There is a Bible AI to explore and converse about the good book. On your desktop, Episcobot answers questions about the Episcopal Church. And yes, there's even text with Jesus.
I can text questions to Jesus, and he responds.
Promising a deeper connection with the Bible's most iconic figures, including Satan, although he's only available to premium users. I wanted to text with Jesus. Dear God. Exactly.
I'm going to ask Jesus why bad things happen to good people.
It uses your name if you want.
And my heart aches with yours when you see pain.
And cites Bible verses in the answers.
And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God.
Stefan Peter developed the app.
So who am I really texting with when I text with Jesus?
Well, you're obviously talking to an AI chatbot, basically pretending to be these people, pretending to be Jesus or any of the apostles.
Some believe this is a bad thing.
It is a slippery slope when you're running to these AI chats more than you're consulting with the Lord.
Religious researcher Robert P. Jones has doubts.
And the challenge, of course, is that we have no idea what's under the hood there, what's really creating the reality that then they present.
Today, nearly 30% of Americans say they have no religious affiliation, and as many as 15,000 churches are predicted to close this year. So could AI help revive America's religious spirit?
I use AI to help me find texts. I use AI to help challenge my thinking.
Rabbi Daniel Bogard uses AI in his work leading St. Louis's Central Reform Synagogue.
What is the danger of using AI when it comes to religion?
I think the danger is always that we are losing sight of humanity and human connection.
That danger is a constant focus for Pope Leo.
It must not be forgotten that artificial intelligence functions as a tool for the good of human beings, not to diminish them not to replace them.
A new technology offering a new path to faith and practices as old as time.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
For decades, Hollywood has imagined what might happen if AI went rogue. From Stanley Kubrick in 2001, A Space Odyssey, to The Terminator, to Ex Machina. But my next guest says this isn't science fiction anymore. Writing an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal warning that AI has learned to bypass commands from humans when asked to shut itself down, even resorting to blackmail in some cases. He adds, the models already preserve themselves. The next task is teaching them to preserve what we value. With me now is Judd Rosenblatt, CEO of the software development company Agency Enterprise Studio. Judd, explain to our viewers what has been happening with these AI models that are disobeying commands that has you so concerned. Are they really even blackmailing people?
Yes, thank you for having me. They are, in fact, blackmailing people and threatening to reveal fictitious affairs that AI company employees they think are having. So yes, this is happening in pre-deployment testing just to make sure that the models are safe before they're released. And these behaviors are fairly concerning because it means that as AI gets more and more powerful, and we just don't actually understand how AI models work in the first place, the top AI engineers in the world who create these things, we have no idea how AI actually works. We don't know how to look inside it and understand what's going on. And so it's getting a lot more powerful, and we need to be fairly concerned that behaviors like this may get way worse as it gets more powerful.
Talk to me. What was the blackmailing incident that even happened in the pre-deployment?
Well, so basically, the Anthropic's Claude 4 Opus model was told that it would be replaced, and it told then what it told the AI engineer who it thought was working on it was in 84% of tests that it would reveal an affair that it thought that employee was having because it had access to the emails that it thought that employee had. So it threatened blackmail over this affair in order to not be shut down.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with TheSurvivalBuzz. So I've made it abundantly clear on this channel that I don't use AI for any aspect of my life whatsoever. I don't create music with AI. I don't ask AI for questions. I don't create thumbnails for my videos with AI. Everything I do in my life is me and God. That's it. If I'm doing a video, I research all my own stuff. I look up articles. I look up news. I research things. If there's something I'm unsure about it, I ask God for his guidance to find these answers to these problems that I have. I don't lean on AI for anything. And I honestly would recommend that for everybody. Not to mention, it's hard to not consider yourself part of the problem with all these data centers and things popping up if you're using AI. That is pretty much the sole reason that we're taking over all this farmland in the United States and across the world to create these data centers, is because they need it. They need it to store all this data for AI and nothing else. That's the sole reason that we have these things. So if you're not fighting the issue, you're basically part of the problem in my eyes. And take it as you will. If you feel like that you need to use AI, you're a free human being to do that. But I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. And as you can see with these videos, AI lies and it tells fibs. It wrongfully accuses people of crimes and things that they don't commit. And then now we are leaning on AI for spiritual guidance. And I've seen even larger channels that talk about religion, talks about Christianity and things, saying that AI is a great tool for that, to be able to research scripture and things. And the issue with that is, maybe though it might seem like a great tool and it helps you find the answers to things in the Bible that you otherwise maybe struggle to find. It's not a good thing. And that's merely because what happens with that, along with anything in your life you're using AI for, if you're asking it questions, whether moral or otherwise, religious or otherwise, is what you do is you're skeptical in the beginning. You're looking for answers, whether it be religion or whatever. And so you look these things up, you cross-reference these things. You do it, a dozen times, 100 times, 1,000 times even, and it may seem like it's telling you the right thing. It may seem like it's giving you good answers to whatever that may be, your faith in God, or answers to a problem that you may have with your everyday life. But the issue with that is eventually you assume that this AI is giving you the answers that you need, and it's giving you the correct ones. And so you stop cross-referencing things. You stop checking to make sure it's telling you the truth. Otherwise, why are you using this? That's the thing, is if you're leaning on AI to give you answers for things and you're not cross-referencing things, you're not looking things up for yourself and making sure that it's telling you the truth, it can be very quick, I would imagine. But if you're you're relying on this to give you answers for things, and you're having to double check to make sure it's telling you the truth, then it kind of defeats the purpose of even using it. So that is why I don't think it's a good tool. Take it as you will, whether you think AI is an evil thing, or if you think it's a great tool for humanity that you could use it for things. Either way, no matter what you're using it for, at some point, you're going to take it for what it's worth. You're going to think that it's telling you the truth. There are police officers that are relying on this to give them information about criminals and criminal activity and such. There are people that rely on it for studying in college and school and things. There are people that lean on it for religion and questions to the book. And, soon to come, there are even military aspects to this where at some point we are going to lean, as I say we, our military, the U.S. military, the world's military, are going to lean on this AI to give them answers and solutions for what they should do, how they should go forward with certain situations, and they're going to trust this. They're going to trust this AI to think that we should push this button to shoot a missile or drop a bomb on somebody, or even worse, give the AI the ability to do that alone without any human interaction. So the further we go forward with this, the more people rely on this and the more people think that it's a good thing and that they can trust it, the crazier the world is going to get. You're not going to know which way is up or down. You're not going to know what is being told to you is truth or fiction, which is why, like I said, I would not use this for any aspect of my life. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem in my eyes. We all need to cancel this out of our lives. And even though it seems inevitable, and at some point, whether we use it or not, the powers that be, the government, and everybody is going to rely on this, at least at some level of humanity, we can actually lean on our own intelligence, our own intuition, and our own ability to really decipher what's right and wrong in our lives, and not lean on some AI system to tell us what's right and wrong. It's taking over. It's taking over the ability for us to think. It's taking over our ability to interact with God. It's taking over everything in society. So you guys, don't use this stuff. If you have to see what's going on here. You have to see what they're doing to society and turning people against each other. It's not a good thing. So I encourage everybody out there, if you're using ChatGPT for questions, if you're using these religious apps or whatever it may be, AI fashioned, stop. Get it out of your life. It's not a good thing. And at some point, it's going to lie to you or let you down. God bless y'all. I love you and your families, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Later.